The future moves fast. The AvePoint Shift Happens podcast is your edge, where leaders unpack AI, data, modern work, and the mindset shifts that turn change into advantage. Hear what top innovators are trying next and how to make it work. Visit avpt.co/shift today.
If you work in university maintenance, Granger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Granger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more, and all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRANGER, visit Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Thank you for tuning in to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Whether you're listening during your commute, while working out, or just relaxing at home, we appreciate you. Every download, every listen, and every subscription means a lot. Up next, the 12 Kyle podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am your boy, 12 Kyle. Man, check this out. On this episode, what I want to talk about is dirty stuff. Not sexual stuff, but dirty stuff. Like, dirt. More specifically, I want to talk about some of the dirtiest things that we touch every day. I came to this particular episode after reading an old blog post that I wrote back in, I think, 2018. And for those of you who don't know, I have a blog. I don't write on it as much as I did in years past, but, I was going through some old stuff. I was actually looking for something else. And I came across this post that I made, and it talked about, the dirtiest things that we touch each day. And I found that interesting because post-pandemic, I think myself, as probably some of you, may have become somewhat germaphobes. And it's not like we're, afraid of germs, but we try to keep the germs at a minimum at best. That's one thing that we learned about the COVID-19 global pandemic, was that a lot of what we did, came from our inabilities to wash our hands. Now, could you literally keep the spread of COVID from going around by washing your hands? No, you couldn't stop it, but you could slow it down, right? And I remember seeing I want to say it was some type of literature that was released from the CDC. And in its guidance, it says to wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds. And it made me think, like, prior to the pandemic, I don't ever remember washing my hands for more than 20 seconds, or at least 20 seconds. I don't necessarily know that people wash their hands that long, myself included. But, post-pandemic, I found myself, or actually during the pandemic, found myself washing my hands a lot. Also using hand sanitizer. I think for me, and I can only speak for me, I don't really know that I used hand sanitizer a lot prior to the pandemic. But I became way more conscious of it during the pandemic. I kept a bottle. In fact, I still have a bottle right here at my desk. And I kept a bottle in my car. I kept a bottle pretty much everywhere I went because I was very conscious about the stuff that I touched. Because here's the thing. If you touch stuff, you're eventually going to touch your face. We don't know how much, but you touch your face a lot throughout the day. A person like me, who up until the time I turned 50 didn't have any sinus issues, but I deal with sinus issues. I blow my nose. Not a lot, but I will have to blow my nose, a couple of times a day, definitely in the morning. So I'm very conscious about, touching things, because ultimately you'll touch your face. If you have facial hair like me, you may touch your mustache and your beard. If you have hair on top of your head like me, you might, touch your waves and stuff. But we are going to touch our faces, and we're going to rub our eyes. And some of you like to pick a winner because I see you at the traffic light and you're all up your nose picking a winner and putting the boogers on your steering wheel and your console. I see this almost on a daily, but that's beside the point. Nonetheless, we touch dirty things every day. And I think it's important that we recognize the fact that we do touch these dirty things every day. And we have to be conscious about, washing our hands. So this episode is kind of a PSA, but also, something to make you think about it, make you say, because, you don't really think about it. But there are quite a few dirty things that we touch every day. And I'm going to share a few with you. We'll take a commercial break, come back on the other side, and I'll share a few more with you before we get out of here. And these are in no particular order, but researchers have found that these are some of the dirtiest things that we touch every day. Again, they're in no particular order. Number 1, sponges and dishcloths. Do you wash your hands after touching? Excuse me. Do you wash your hands after touching these? If not, you should. Sponges and dishcloths. I'll be the first to admit, I don't like washing dishes. It's one of the few chores that I really, really, really hate. And the joke, that I always say to my kids is, I had kids, so I don't have to wash dishes. And what's weird is, in our house, we have a dishwasher. And so, but, you still find yourself having to wash the dishes and stuff like that. And I'm not somebody who runs the dishwasher every day. Some of you do, and power to you, but I don't. And so, especially when you have full-body teenagers who can wash the dishes themselves. Now, I will get in there and bust some suds because I do that. But the flip side of it is you're going to touch the sponges, you're going to touch the dishcloths, and you got to think about it. The dishcloth is very dirty. It's sitting out, and it's, probably touched all of the dishes. Even if you're just rinsing the dishes off and putting them in the dishwasher, your sponges and your dishcloths are pretty dirty. And for you to touch it and don't wash your hands after washing dishes or using it, probably not a good idea. Number 2, sinks, faucets, and handles. We have to touch these daily. Often after we touch them, we touch our face. This is a very easy way to spread germs. You'd be surprised because you literally have to touch the sink all the time. And I know, for me, I really, especially sinks outside of my house, I try not to touch them at all. But, if you use the restroom in a public place, and as a man, I have to wash my hands, but you got to turn on the faucet to wash your hands. So, sometimes if I can, I'll use my elbow and to lift up the sink. I want to avoid it at all. And sometimes I'll grab a paper towel, and it's really counterintuitive if you think about it. But I'll grab a paper towel, use the paper towel to turn it on or turn it or twist it, wash my hands, and then you got to use another paper towel to, turn it off. And then you got to use another paper towel to open the door, because the door handle is dirty as well. I mean, think about it. A public restroom door handle, that's probably about as dirty as you can be. That thing has touched, everybody touches that. And what's interesting about that, and one thing I found out during the pandemic is that, it's probably something that I already knew, but it was just enhanced by what I saw during the pandemic. A lot of guys don't wash their damn hands when they go to the bathroom. So ladies, check your man, because he's not washing his hands. I've seen guys go in the bathroom, whether or not they're standing up or sitting. I'll just put it like that. And they just walk right out of the bathroom. I'm like, yo, you just... Anyway. Like I said, sinks, faucets, handles, the doors to a public, a store or anything like that. If you have to pull a handle or push a handle to go in, it's probably better that you use an elbow or your arm or your foot or something else, or let somebody else use it. Those things are dirty. So, I'm just trying to give you a little bit of game, man, because like we touch a lot of dirty stuff, and sinks, faucets, and handles. We touch these daily. I don't care where you are, and it doesn't necessarily have to be outside of your home. You're gonna touch that in your home. So you're constantly gonna touch your sink. I try to keep my sink clean. We had in my master bathroom in my house. We have 2 sinks, one for me and one for my wife. And her side of the bathroom, she has all of her stuff over there, and my side I have all of my stuff over there. And I try to keep it clean, but it's me. It's my side. I know what's over there. But what's interesting is that I know when something's missing from my side of the bathroom. But that's another story for another day. Number 3, speaking of bathrooms, toothbrushes and toothbrush holders. Those are really a campground for germs. I can't think of a germier thing than, your toothbrush holder and your toothbrush. One is exposed. Now, some people have the little thing where they put the cap on the toothbrush. I have that, but I've had times where I haven't had it. And even something as simple as cleaning your bathroom. So let's say you're cleaning your bathroom, and like I got this big mirror and I'm spraying, the Windex on the mirror and stuff like that. Well, I'm spraying that and my toothbrush is exposed. So now I have the chemicals from the spray that are on the glass are now falling onto my toothbrush. So now I'm putting those germs directly in my mouth as I brush my teeth. Again, not really something that you think about, but you probably should. But yeah, that's pretty dirty. Your toothbrush is pretty dirty because not so much as because it's been around stuff, but it's because you expose it to so much. And even if you have a cap on your toothbrush, you probably should clean your toothbrush more often, and you probably should change out your toothbrush. But a lot of people don't. But the holder, oh my gosh, the toothbrush holder is very, very dirty. Again, that's something that you got to touch. So you might want to clean it before you, or at the very least, wash your hands before you touch your face. Number 4, refrigerator handles. If you're like me and you have kids, these are dirty. Refrigerator handles and microwave handles. We have both. And so, it's something that we try to do, but we don't always do. I know the kids don't always do it. But like when they're washing dishes, wash down the refrigerator door handle and wash down the microwave door handle. The reason being is because those are dirty. I mean, think about it. Ask yourself this. Vibe with me on this one. Ask yourself this. How many times do you come into your house from outside where you've probably touched everything and you go straight to the refrigerator and you grab that handle and you open up the refrigerator to see what's inside? You probably do it a whole lot more than you think you do. Well, you've just taken all of those germs from outside and you brought them in the house and you put them on your refrigerator. And guess what? I'm coming right behind you. And I got my germs on my hand too. And I'm touching that same thing too. And then I sit down at the kitchen table and I touch my face. You've just taken all of the germs from outside, put them on the refrigerator, and given them to everybody. And we wonder why we constantly have colds and flus and stuff like that, particularly in the wintertime. It's because of the transfer of germs. And again, I'm not much of a germaphobe, but it's something that I really try to pay attention to. But yeah, like I said, if you got kids, trust me, your kids are probably coming in the house and they're not washing their hands at all. You know, I remember when I was younger, that was something my mom made us do. Like if we came in from outside, the first thing you had to do was wash your hands. You know, you come in the house, go wash your hands. Me and my brother Damon, we could not do anything. We had to go wash our hands. That's the first thing but the thing about it was, for us, you had to pass the refrigerator on your way to the bathroom to wash your hands. So what was you gonna do? But yeah, that's very dirty. Next up, number 5. Again, these are no particular order. Cutting boards. I use cutting boards to, cut up my apples because I love apples. Green apples, I should say. You got to clean these. I know they're not easy to clean, but you got to wash them, and you have to wash your hands when you're done because you've put just about everything on that cutting board, whether it's fruit, whether it's meat, whether it's anything. And it's important that you wash these things. And it's even more important that you wash your hands when you're done with these things. If not, it's a playground for germs. It is a playground for germs. I tell you what, we've gone through 5. I got probably about 5 more. So we'll take a quick commercial break, and on the other side, I'll give you those 5 and tell you why you need to wash your hands even more. Again, it's the 12 Kyle podcast. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a second.
My name's Mackenzie, and I started a GoFundMe for the adoptive mother of a nonverbal autistic child. The mother had lost her job because she wasn't able to find adequate care for this autistic child. So she really needed some help with living expenses, paying some back bills. So I launched a GoFundMe to help support them during this crisis. And we raised about $10,000 within just a couple of months. I think that the surprising thing was by telling a clear story and just really being very clear about what we needed, we had some really generous donations from people who were really moved by the situation that this family was struggling with.
GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com. That's GoFundMe.com. GoFundMe.com. This podcast is supported by GoFundMe.
If you work in university maintenance, Granger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Granger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more. And all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRANGER, visit Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Are you feeling nostalgic for the golden eras of rap and soul music? If so, tune in to the Rap Soul Podcast. We are your weekly journey through the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, spotlighting the music and the hidden gems that shaped the soundtrack of our lives. From the powerful beats to the soulful melodies, we bring you the best of the past with fresh insights and stories. Rediscover the music that defined a generation. Subscribe to the Rap Soul Podcast and enjoy the vibes. And just like that, we are back. Once again, it's your boy 12 Kyle. This is the 12 Kyle Podcast, and we're talking about some of the dirtiest things that we touch every day. Before the break, I gave you 5, and I'm going to give you 5 more. Again, these are in no particular order. Number 6, the remote control. Listen, the remote control is something that we all touch. And if you're anything like me, your remote control has been a little bit of everywhere in your house. It could be in the kitchen. It could be in the living room. It could be in the family room. It could be in the dining room. It might be outside on the deck. In my house, it's usually on the couch, maybe under the couch, maybe in between the cushions on the couch. The remote control in my house tends to move around, which is interesting because the last time I checked, the remote control didn't have feet, but it moves around quite a bit. But if it's, like that, if you have a remote control for your TV, particularly in your bedroom, it's probably under the covers. It's under the covers. It's under the pillow. It's in the sheets. You're in the sheets. You're sweaty. You may or may not have had sex. So your sheets aren't the cleanest of sheets. So it's a lot of stuff going on there. So the remote sees a lot of germs. In fact, the remote might be the most germiest thing that I've mentioned thus far. But again, you think about it. Let's say you're sleeping in bed. You roll over, you grab your remote, change the channel, turn the TV on or whatever like that. Then you rub your eyes as you wake up and you just took all the germs from the remote and put them in your eye. It happens just like that. So that's another dirty thing that we touch. Number 7, purses. Ladies, when's the last time that you cleaned your purse? It's probably been a minute. I would suggest that you probably do it more often than you have been doing. And the reason being is that there is a lot of things in your purse. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't own a purse. Never have, never will. But I've seen quite a few purses come in and out of my house. Especially those with, some letters and names that, probably shouldn't be in here because they're pretty expensive. But it's beside the point. I mean, what woman doesn't love a good purse, especially a very nice purse? I'm not really sure why you would need more than like 3 or 4, but hey, that's another subject for another day, Kyle. But you probably don't clean your purse that often. And from what I've seen, and not just with my wife, but I also have my mom, my aunts that I grew up around, there's usually a lot of stuff going on in that purse. It could be everything from paper to, your money, to perfume, to peppermints, to any and everything in between. So, and I understand, most women carry a lot of stuff in that purse. And it could be a charger, it could be anything. So it's a germ magnet. You probably should clean the purse. You probably should disinfect the purse. But again, if you have a $1,000 purse, I don't know how you disinfect that. I'm assuming that you can't just spray Raid inside your purse. But then again, you probably shouldn't. If you have $1,000 purse, you shouldn't have roaches. And you shouldn't be spraying it with Raid, but you get my point. Whatever you people disinfect, I don't know, Lysol. You probably shouldn't use Lysol on $1,000 purse. But I digress. But yeah, and again, I don't want to come off as being preachy because I don't own purses. I've bought a few in my lifetime. I'm sure I'll buy a few more. But no, I don't. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I will tell you to do is, if you haven't cleaned your purse, ladies, at the very least, what you should do is wash your hands after touching your purse, because it is the Super Bowl of germs going on in that purse. Number 8, grocery carts. Yeah, man. If you go to Publix, where shopping is a pleasure, like I do, they have the little joints, the little clean hand sanitizer things, disinfectant wipes, where you can wipe your cart down before you start loading up your grocery cart. But yeah, you should use those. I'll be honest, I probably didn't use those until the pandemic. Now I don't go into any supermarket without them because they are so necessary. It's not a situation where you're trying to be bougie or anything like that. I just don't think that it's wise to have a grocery cart where you're piling in all of this food and all of these products into, and you're not disinfecting it. Because here's the thing, that grocery cart has not only seen the groceries from me, but King Germ was in there earlier and he was buying groceries. And Baylor was in there and he was buying groceries. And Jay Boog, she was in there, she was buying groceries. So this grocery cart has seen 4 or 5 different households, and then maybe it sat outside, and maybe it was in the elements, and then little Johnny, who works at Publix, had to bring it in. So it's a lot of different things that could have happened. So no, I would highly suggest that you use those disinfectant wipes for your grocery carts, because those things are nasty, and it's something that I'm very cognizant of. I make sure, at least I try to make sure, that once I finish grocery shopping, and because I do a lot of grocery shopping, once I finish grocery shopping, I make sure that I bring the groceries, I put them in my car, and when I get in my car, the first thing I do, I get the hand sanitizer. I get it out. So I got to use it because you've accumulated thousands of germs in that one grocery store run. Number 9, keyboards. Keyboards are pretty filthy. Even if it's just you, the only person that are using the keyboard, staph, yeast, mold are often found in the crevices of keyboards. And we touch these things constantly. We touch them every day because we're typing away, whether it be at work or for our friends or for ourselves. You got to type on a keyboard for something, whether it be your personal computer or your work computer, no matter what it is. And those things are dirty. And I try to spray mine. I try to remind myself to spray mine at least once a month. But even mine, a lot of times, I'll give you an example. A lot of times, particularly when it's lunchtime, I don't go out to eat. I'll eat where I'm at home or in my spot, wherever I am. And so you're eating chicken wings, and the chicken wing drops on the keyboard. So now you got chicken wing, now you got lemon pepper juice on your keyboard. And that probably happens a lot more than we're willing to admit. And when it does, we have to be like, okay, I got to clean this thing. Because again, there are tons of germs in that keyboard. So at the very least, make sure that you wash your hands. And last but not least, I think it's pretty obvious. Number 10, your cell phone, which is something that many of you are probably holding right now. Your cell phone goes from maybe your pocketbook, or maybe to your pants. You put it on the table. It's on the couch. Your cell phone goes any and everywhere with you. And along for the ride are the germs. And my cell phone is right here, right? So I'm constantly typing and texting or whatever like that with my friends. And then I put it down. And then I pick it up again and I start typing and texting again, right? And so when I put it down, what's the first thing that I'm going to do? Touch my face. That's a given. I mean, that's going to happen just off the rip. You don't even have to think about it when it happens. And so it's you have to be conscious of that. And very few people actually clean their cell phones, myself included. It's been a minute since I can't say it's been a minute. I try to clean it, I don't know, when I think about it, but I don't often think about it. Or I think about it when you can actually see the dirt on the phone. If you're like me and you live in the South, the pollen season, especially in the South, the pollen season is crazy. So the pollen season is the one season where I know that I'm going to clean my phone, is because you'll literally be outside. And if you're outside texting or typing on your phone, you will have pollen accumulation on your phone while you're standing outside. So yeah, you got to clean the phones. But if, like I said, if nothing else, even if you don't clean your phone, at the very least, what you should do is wash your damn hands. In conclusion, we touch dirty things every day. I mean, it's a given. There's really not much we can do. But what you can do is wash your damn hands. Now, again, like I said before, I don't necessarily know that washing our hands would have stopped COVID from happening, because COVID was here. You know, it was a monster that we couldn't see. It was the war that we tried to fight. It was the enemy that, you know, was behind enemy lines that we knew was there, but we couldn't see it. That being said, the one way that we could combat COVID was to, you know, watch our interactions with our hands and our face and our mouths and things of that nature. And, you know, we didn't do a good job of it. And again, that's not the reason why everybody got COVID. It's just, it was what it was. But the flip side of it is that just being more conscious about it. Being more conscious and understanding that there are a bunch of dirty things that we touch every day, and we can kind of take care of ourselves and take care of those things if we spend 20 seconds washing our hands. Now, don't do the little bird wash when you're washing your hands. Like I've seen dudes do the little bird wash where they wash their fingertips. No, wash your whole damn hand. And I get it, fellas. And I'm only speaking to the fellas with this. I get it, particularly as we move into the wintertime, because you don't want to be walking around with ashy hands. I get it. So you don't want to get your hands all wet. But hey, bro, if you're going to wash your hands, carry around some lotion too. You know, because that's important to keep your hands, you know, moist and everything. Well, not moist, but, you know, not dry. But nonetheless, like I said, just be more conscious of it, because, again, it's not something that we really think about, but in the long run, we can help ourselves out. And if we can stop spreading the germs to ourselves, then we probably can stop spreading the germs to other people. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. Thanks again for checking out this edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. The podcast drops every Thursday and every Sunday at midnight. You can find the podcast on any streaming platform, and the podcast is free. Spread the word, tell a friend. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe there. 12 Kyle podcast on YouTube. The great thing about our YouTube episodes is that we have both audio and video on there. If you're on social media and you want to follow us, follow me at 12 Kyle, the number 12 KYLE, and at 12 Kyle podcast. We're on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and one more, TikTok at 12 Kyle podcast. If you feel so inclined and you want to support us financially, you can hit us up on Cash App, $TWELVEKYLE. And you can also buy some merch. Just look in the description box. There is a link that says merch, and you can get yourself some 12 Kyle podcast gear. We got hoodies, t-shirts, as well as coffee mugs like the one I'm holding right here. And last but not least, I have a new baby. Yes, I have a new baby. Not literally, but figuratively. I have a new baby called the Rap Soul Podcast. It is the intersection of rap and soul music from artists and music from the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. That podcast is brand new. I want you to go check it out. If you like what I'm doing over here, check out that. Subscribe. Follow me on all the platforms, as well as social media, as well as TikTok, as well as IG. We got a space over there. It's called the Rap Soul Podcast. And those episodes drop every Monday at midnight. Again, that's going to do it for me. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I'll catch you guys next time. 5 G's. Cheers.
Thanks again for listening to this episode of the 12 Kyle podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and share this podcast with a friend who needs the 12 Kyle podcast in their life. Every listen, every download, and every share helps us grow. Thanks for being a part of the 12 Kyle podcast community. We appreciate your support. We will catch you next time. 5,000.
If you work in university maintenance, Granger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Granger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more. And all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRANGER, visit Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.